All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings to the elect of Yasha'Allah, which consists of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And blessings and salutations to your Akim out there doing this truth across the four corners of the earth. Looking forward to the downfall of America as well as the salvation of Yasha'Allah. Okay, as you can see within this article, it was dated 2 days ago. It says, "Do not give religious exemptions for that medicine." New York Archdiocese tells its priests. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Archdiocese.
Archdiocese. There we go. All right. It says support for the medicine has been strong from a range of Catholic leaders, from Pope Francis to the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops and the Catholic Health Association. Some Catholics remain weary of the medicine and say their religious beliefs about abortion make them unethical. But the nation's second largest archdiocese recently distributed a message to priests, right? Because um, they do use, aborted fetuses within that medicine that they're giving people to fight against this pandemic. All right. It says, do not lend legitimacy to the notion that the church supports the medicine exemptions. Pope Francis has made it very clear that it is morally acceptable to take any of the medicines and said we have the moral responsibility to get the medicine. Reads a July 30th memo that the Archdiocese of New York confirms that it's sent to its priests. The confirmation came after a correspondent from the Epoch Times shared an image of the memo on Twitter over the past weekend. All right, and then that's just quoting him again, saying that they got a moral responsibility about getting the medicine. It says there is no basis for a priest to issue a religious exemption to the medicine. It continues, by doing so, he is acting in contradiction to the directives of the Pope and it's participating in an act that could have serious consequences to others. The memo explains a hypothetical situation in which a student receives the medicine exemption based on religious beliefs and then is responsible for an outbreak at school. So it's talking it in a sense, okay, well, us being who we are as Catholics, as Christians, it's our moral duty to get the medicine so we are not the cause of an outbreak. Okay? It says clearly this would be an embarrassment to the archdiocese. In the memo states, some even argued that it might impose personal liability on a priest. The memo was distributed to parish leaders on behalf of Cardinal Dolan and was signed by Messenger Joseph Lamorte, the Victor General of his Archdiocese, and John P. Cahill, the Archdiocese Chancellor. Okay. Earlier this year, a handful of Catholic bishops cast doubt on the morality of the medicine by citing their remote connection to cell lines derived from aborted fetuses. There you go. But Catholic ethicists, both at the Vatican and the United States, and church teaching was clear when it came to the medicine, with some going so far as to say Catholics had a moral obligation to be medicated. And it's even the fact that we got to say medicine and medicated. We can't even say, because they got, all these buzzwords, and they'll delete our video if they feel as if we're opposing whatever they got going. Okay. But yeah, so as you can see, they're saying there's no religious exemption to it, man. All right, they don't care about your beliefs. They don't care how you feel when it comes to whatever God you're serving. Okay, because they're clearly not serving Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, Yahawah being the Most High, whom the world ignorantly call God, and YAHWASHI being the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All right. So I'm gonna get into this Romans 13 right quick. It says, and I'm not gonna go too in depth with it. I'm gonna just get a few scriptures, but I will put in the description box a video of a brother who went more in depth into it. I believe in South Carolina. All right. It says, Romans 13:1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but the Most High, the powers that be ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." So you have, in the past arguments about, oh, this is not talking about the actual government, this is not talking about this, but it is talking about the government. All right. But in the sense of the reason why you have a driver's license, the reason why you have car insurance, the reason why you wear your seatbelt, you stop at the red light, you stop at stop signs, you follow the laws of the land for the most part. Now, as the brothers explained, and we all know, once those laws go against the Heavenly Father, then where is it at? Then who are you gonna serve, man? All right, here you go. Where's that? Yeah, this is Acts 5. I just want to get straight to the point. Yep, Acts 5:29. It says, "Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We ought to obey the Most High rather than men." So that's when it comes down to that, man. All right, you follow the laws of the land, you know. But then when it comes down to them mandating certain things that's against our beliefs, you don't follow through with it, man. Okay, and I have, through the Spirit, the perfect example when you read in the book of Daniel. All right, and I'm going to try to skim through it, not get too much of it, but you can definitely read this chapter. All right, this is Daniel 3:1. It says, "Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it upon the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon." Then, it's the Spirit, we're back in Babylon. "Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes and governors and the captains and judges and treasurers and counselors and sheriffs and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, sorcery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace." So if you did not bow down to this image that was set up by King Nebuchadnezzar, which was an idol, which we're not to worship idols, all right, then you will be cast into the burning fiery furnace. Okay, I'm going to skip to 8. It says, Wherefore at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, sorcery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music shall fall down at the worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. All right. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden images which I have set up? All right, let's kind of skip around. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. It is, if it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he would deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up, because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to serve idols, man. All right. Even that, they was under the rulership of King Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon. And they like, look, man, we got faith in our power that he'll deliver us. But if not, we still not gonna, serve your image, man. All right. So, I mean, you can finish reading that story, of course. Now, that's what it's gonna come down to. This society here that we living in now is gonna come time to where you're going to have an ultimatum. You're going to either get down or lay down pretty much. And you're going to have faith in YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI to allow you to continue, man, to make the right choice, of course. It's ultimately up to him whether you make it or not. But that's that hour of temptation. All right. That's that hour of temptation when it comes down. And what are you going to do? Now, they're starting off with this medicine. All right. And now they're getting into mandating it and trying to have it FDA approved. Okay. So once it continues and then it gets mandated, and then if you don't get this, if you don't have that medicine, you can't work or you can't do this and do that. And it's all just setting up for Revelations 13 and 16, because the same situation is pretty much going to happen with Revelations 13 and 16, man. All right. You read that, you'll know what we're talking about. Okay. Now, dealing with that, this is another one of those situations. This is Revelations 20 and 4. It says, And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of YAHAWASHI. Meaning what? They was martyrs. All right. They chose death over serving this society, basically much. And I'm gonna just finish reading it. For the witness of YAHAWASHI, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. So there's going to come a time in the near future where men will be persecuted and put to death for serving YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, for believing in this word and not bowing down to the worshiping the beast, or neither bowing down to the image. This society, in a way, you can see it now, man. All right, people starting to pick sides, and it's your fault, and it's on you, and it's gonna be the medicated and the unmedicated. All right, and the medicated is gonna try to blame the unmedicated, or you're the reason why this is spreading. You're the reason why we're on lockdown and this and that, to where it's going to be like, okay, if you're medicated, here, you have your fun. If you're unmedicated, you might be in a concentration camp or something, hey, but it doesn't matter. You still got to trust and believe in YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI until the end, man. Okay. Another point, far as, dealing with the laws of the land, just want to grab this right quick. Yeah. I'm going to just start at 35. It's Acts 5 and 35. It said, I'm going to start at 34. It says, Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had a reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, Ye men of Israel, Take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if it be the counsel of this work, Salakia, for if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High. And that's what it is. This is not our doing. This is not of men. The spirit that the Lord has put upon us is from the Lord. All right, the words that we speak, the breakdowns that we have is through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, man. So this will not come to naught. All right, we just got to give our diligence to make our calling of the election sure, because it's not, we don't have the power to fight against the government. Man. That's why we, through the spirit, obey the government. All right. There'll be times where they say, "Oh, you can't be out here. You can't be on this corner. You got to have a permit." And there was time where brothers went and got permits, or brothers just relocated, man. All right, it ain't no, we ain't about to go blow for blow. You know what I'm saying? And end up in a worse situation. Then you end up in a situation where you can't teach. All right, but there will come a time where there'll be a famine of the word, which it's pretty much right around the corner, man. Okay. So, as that article was saying, the Pope told them there is no religious exemption against that medicine. I'm pretty sure more and more religions will pick up on that platform, and it's just going to prove uh, where the truth is, and what the truth is, because the Lord word and power will be manifest. His name will be remembered. All right, and that's the times that we're coming into is the end of this thing is judgment. We're coming into judgment. That's why you see all of these deaths happening and the uprisings and all of these food shortages and resource shortages, because we're coming to the end of this age, the end of this rulership, because all of this was written, man. All right. Hey, with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and I want to give all praises unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, Shalom.